When you start to dig through it, Maine has some remarkable history, especially in homes that were built back when America was new.
But one of those buildings, which many people may not even know about, is starting to fall apart. It caught News Center Maine's Don Kerrigan's attention, and he reports that it looks like this monument and the story it tells will be saved.
In a cemetery in Pittston, next to the old Colburn schoolhouse, stands the monument to Major Reuben Colburn, a leader in Maine as the Revolutionary War began. But just down the road is a more important monument, the Colburn House, now a Maine historic site because of what happened here and who else was part of it.
The home where the boats were built, 220 of them in 10 days, almost without nails, to send an army of 1,100 colonials under Benedict Arnold, when he was still a hero, not a traitor, north to take the city of Quebec.
Benedict Arnold's march on Quebec is one of the heroic and tragic stories of the Revolutionary War. Arnold stayed here in 1775 and prepared his force to head north. Historian Tom Desjardins used to work for the Bureau of Parks and Lands and literally wrote the book on the Arnold expedition.
It's one of those stories that not everybody, very few people really in Maine know about. I knew it from childhood, so it was always a favorite. But when they find out about it, they go, really?
The house and barns have been a state historic site for half a century.
I had never seen the Colburn House myself until about a month and a half ago, and was surprised to see that the old house is in tough shape, even though the state's owned it for a number of years. So we wanted to find out why.
The problem, not surprisingly, has been money. Gary Best is Regional Parks Manager for the Department of Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry.
Our budget with the Bureau of Parks and Lands and Maine State Parks is, quite meager. So we stretch that as far as we can.
And for the past 8 or 9 years, that budget apparently has not included much for maintenance of the Colburn House.
Well, I wouldn't say it's been ignored, Don. I mean, it's, again, we prioritize every day, every year. This site, we do need to get caught up on the funding.
And he says that funding will come. They want to use some of the federal American Recovery Plan money and are seeking a grant from the National Park Service because repairs will be costly.
There's hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of repairs that we are scheduling to address here.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yep.
And the Colburn House is not the only historic site that needs work. Gary Best says Fort Baldwin in Phippsburg, Fort Popham, and Fort McClary in Kittery all need repairs. And there's Eagle Island, the home of Arctic explorer Robert Peary, which also needs rebuilding, and much more.
Across the board at Maine State Parks and historic sites, we have, over $100 million worth of deferred maintenance that, we are pecking away at.
But he says the Colburn House will get the repairs it needs. Their goal is to rebuild the house and keep it in good repair so that Maine people can again see it.
And what's really unique about this place is, as far as the birth of America, it has significance here in the state of Maine and also a lot of national significance here.
To let Mainers rediscover their important history, a place and a leader many know little about.
He was an enormous hero. Washington offered him second in command of the American armies, the colonial armies.
And understand that both were critical to the founding of a new nation. In Pittston, Don Kerrigan, News Center, Maine.
Don tells us more of that maintenance backlog may also get taken care of in the next few years.
The state's Bureau of Parks and Lands is getting $50 million from Maine's share of federal money from the American Rescue Plan, and a department spokesman says that money will be used to upgrade and make needed repairs at state parks and historic sites.